Hi, this is Carrie Watson with IOTA Solutions, along with Darton Williams with IOTA Solutions as well. What we're doing today is showing you a JAWS-enabled evaluation on version 11 of Internet Explorer. So what I'm going to do is we're both going to go through and instruct on what keys we're using and how we are navigating through this system. So we'll go ahead and get started.
So we're going to go ahead and go home.
MyClassEvaluation - online course evaluations.
And right now we're in virtual cursor mode, just normal web page reading, so we can navigate with the arrow keys. I'm just going to press the down arrow key to get through the text and to the form.
Currently evaluating course news -114-01. Instructor Elson, Bread, banner, graphic sample university low, banner end, main region. Heading Level 1 Lab Evaluation. Blank. Please answer these questions to the best of your ability. Both positive and negative feedback are helpful to the goal of improving this course. Blank. Heading Level 2 Section I.
So there's the section of the evaluation. So now...
Blank. How would you rate your instructor's overall knowledge of the subject?
Okay, so we've gotten to the first question, but we're still in virtual cursor mode. In other words, we're still navigating the form as a page, but that doesn't matter really, and we'll show you why. If I press the arrow keys again.
Blank. Group start. How would you rate your instructor's overall knowledge of the subject?
Okay, so we just heard group start. That gives us an indication that we're in a control group. So we're going to press arrow keys again.
Extremely high. Radio button not checked, extremely high.
So we just heard extremely high and then radio button not checked, extremely high. And there's a subtle difference there. One of those that we heard was actually the label, and then it read out the value of the label again for the radio button. And the difference is if I were to...
Extremely high.
Okay, so that's the label. And labels are clickable. So if I were to press the space bar just to essentially click that label.
How would you rate your instructor's overall knowledge of the subject? Extremely high, radio button checked.
Then it activates the radio button, same as it would if I were focused on the radio button. However, the difference is it hasn't entered forms mode. We are still in essentially browse mode, virtual cursor. But we can continue to fill out the form this way. It doesn't really matter. So if I continue to use the arrow key, using down arrow.
High. Radio button not checked, high.
It will just read out the rest of the labels as well as the radio button associated with those labels.
Adequate. Radio button low. Radio button not checked, low. Extremely low. Rate then /A. Radio button not checked, N/A.
Okay. So we're at the end of the set of radio buttons. I'm going to hit the down arrow one more time.
Group end.
Group end. So we know that we are at the end of that group of radio buttons. And if I hit it again,
blank.
Well, we get blank. So,
how would you rate your instructor's passion for the subject?
So there's the next question. And again, we can simply cycle through with the arrow
blank.
key.
Group start. How would you rate your instructor's passion for the subject?
So we haven't even heard a value yet, but we know we're in that group.
Section 9. How would you rate your instructor's passion for the subject? List box. To move to an item, press the arrow keys.
So now that I've actually pressed the space key while we were focused on that group, we just heard the little pop that tells us we're in forms mode. So from this point...
How would you rate your instructor's passion for the subject? List box, extremely high, radio button not checked. To change the selection, press up or down arrow.
Then now we can actually use the tab key to navigate, or the arrow keys.
How would you rate your instructor's passion for the subject? List box, high, radio button checked. To change the selection, press up or down arrow.
So it does different, it announces different things depending on which mode you're in, but regardless of the mode, the controls can still be selected and they're still red.
How would you rate your instructor's preparedness for class? List box, extremely high, radio button not checked. To change the selection, press up or down arrow.
So if we wanted to, we could simply tab from question to question. For instance, if we knew we wanted to rate this instructor extremely high, we could just do that in all instances. by selecting the first value.
How would you rate your instructor's willingness to listen to student problems and concerns? List box extremely high, radio button not checked. To change the selection, press up or down arrow.
Okay, so we can check
How would you
these.
rate the condition and availability of lab equipment during lab sessions? List box extremely high, radio button not checked. How would you rate the condition and availability of lab equipment during lab sessions? List box high, radio button checked. How would you rate your instructor's knowledge of the university's lab equipment? List box extremely high, radio button not checked.
Okay, so we've finished with those. We'll move on to the text
Please let
box.
us know what the positives were about your experiences with this course and instructor. Edit. Type in text.
So we'll go ahead and put an answer in there.
What about this course should be improved? Edit. Type in text.
And as well as here. And then one more time.
Submit evaluation button.
We are now on the Submit Evaluation button. So we can hit Enter or Space to activate that.
My class evaluation. My class evaluation. 4 regions and 7 links.
So that is a summary
My class
of
evaluation.
JAWS
Graphic.
for the Internet Explorer 11, and hopefully that was a good overview. Thanks so much.